Hi there everyone, your Pyral here with some more Pokemon Platinum. Last episode, we made our way through the Eterna Forest and made it here to Eterna City, where the next gym is. Now that we're here in Eterna City, we're gonna do a bit of exploring because it's always nice to see what is in each new town or city. And I'm gonna start things off by just talking to these people here in the Pokemon Center. Now this NPC right here is pretty important because she will give us a Pokétch app called the Friendship Checker. This one is really helpful because it tells us a general idea of how much our Pokemon likes us. So let's switch over to the app. Oh, it's this next one right here. So in the touchscreen, you want to tap, if you tap a Pokemon, it will tell you how much it likes you. If there's no hearts showing up, then its happiness is pretty much average. Let's see, Beauty, if there's an average happiness. Grotle here has 1 heart. We could have up to 2 hearts, or 2 big hearts. So it'll show up with 2 hearts first, and then 2 big ones will immediately follow. That means that that Pokemon is at max happiness. If they don't like us, then they'll run away from us if we touch the screen. If they like us, they'll actually move towards the screen, or wherever we're touching. So at least like Bidoof and Aegeon here like us a little bit, but yeah, then you double tap the screen to make them move again. It's an interesting app, especially if you want to keep track of how many, or if you want to keep track of a certain Pokemon's happiness, especially ones that do evolve by happiness. So, yeah. Anyways, there's quite a bit of exploring here to do. Feels great riding a bike with the wind in your face. I don't have a bike. There's some Team Galactic people here. Yeah, you trainer. It's okay, never mind, you look tough. I'll just let you keep your Pokemon. Carry on. See, my friend said Team Galactic took his favorite Pokemon away. I don't think he's telling the truth. Team Galactic looks so cool. They don't look like common thugs. You think they look cool? They look alright. Oh, there's also a Team Galactic runt here. Have you seen our building? Team Galactic is so stinking rich that we can have one built instantly. Instantly, you say. See, this here is a Rad Rickshaw's Cycle Shop. Okay. Well, this looks like a place where we can get our bike. See, the manager's gone off to the Team Galactic building and hasn't returned. Wonder what's holding him up. Interesting. I think here, yeah, there's a manual on the latest model bicycle, 3rd gear for steering, 4th gear for all-out speed. Then changing gears to the B button for exhilarating cycling. Well, we don't have a bike, so we can't really do that. Can't steal any of these either. This is a catalog from the Hoenn region on the Mach bike and an Acro bike. Okay, nice callback to those games. Now here, there's the Mart, which I do want to check out. Eterna City is not anything like it was before, way back in the day. Wonder what it was like back in the day. They say this is an old city. It doesn't look it though, not with all these tall buildings. See, since that Team Galactic building went up, the city's atmosphere has gone all creepy and tense. I don't know what those people are doing up in that place. Okay, well, we're here at the Mart, so we might as well see what things are here for us to buy. Let's see. Nest Ball, it works well on weaker Pokemon in the wild. It's an interesting ball, but I don't really make use of it. Then, of course, the inventory here is still the same because we only have 1 badge. And then here, let's see, an escape rope is indispensable. Yeah, that would have been an interesting thing to have. I mean, it lets you instantly escape from a dungeon. Let's see, you get to buy a better selection. Yes, I know how that works. Oh, you don't have a single gym badge because Gardenia is too much. Huh. Only had a flying type, then my losing streak would end. Sure. See, I like how this implies that the gym leaders, like the selection for their Pokemon, are a little bit different based on how many badges you have. This is something that gets expanded on like later on in the series, like in later games and whatnot. But like, there's an implication here that gym leaders will change up their teams based on how many badges you have. So that's nice, but because Pokemon games usually have us fight gyms in a set order, like their teams are always determined. But it'd be nice if like in later generations, like sometime in the future, that would be different, where we could fight gym leaders in any order and their teams will vary. Anyways, here, this is the Name Raider. So if you want to change the nicknames of any of your Pokemon, this is where you go to do it. You cannot change the nicknames of any Pokemon you get in trades. I don't have a Buizel. but you are offering Chatot. Okay, so this is our first instance of being able to get a Chatot. Chatot is an interesting Pokemon because it has this weird gimmick of a move called Chatter, where you speak into the mic of your DS, and depending on how loud you speak, will influence how much damage Chatter does and how much it has a chance of confusing the opponent. Chatot itself, though, doesn't really have anything else going for it other than that interesting gimmick, and even then, like, the things you say into the microphone through Chatter will always come off as muffled, just because I guess that's a way to prevent people from saying rude things to people and whatnot. But yeah, Chatot, other than that, it's an interesting Pokemon, but not too worth using. And we got the TM Recycle here from this NPC. So what this move does is, whenever we use up a held item that would be consumed, such as a berry, if we use Recycle, then we get that held item back. That way it's not consumed. Interesting move, but not really good competitively or anything like that. See, badges from gyms or contest wins. There's more than just one way to be a winner, it seems. Oh, yeah. Contests are a thing that are in this game. See, Heart Home City is where the contests are. Okay. Can't catch me, I set some traps. Ah, you are talking about something that I will go over later. Not now, but later on. Like next episode, later on. But let's do some more exploring here in Eterna City. There's an item right over here behind the gym. This is where the Super Potion is. And I'm not going to talk to the gym leader just yet. That's her standing right outside. See, if you're visiting Eterna, you need to get yourself a bicycle and take... I don't have a bike, and there's no one there. I don't have an Explorer kit either. Should have a word with the man next door to the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I'll do that later. And this house... not important yet. It won't be important for way, way later. Now I just want to quickly go down here, because even though this will take us to Cycling Road and we don't have a bike to go through... because, yeah, it's only for bikes. There's this person right here. This is Professor Rowan's assistant and Daunt, or Lucas's father. Come a long way to help you on your adventure at the professor's behest. And depending on how many Pokemon we have, if we've seen over 30, he will give us the Experience Share. A very, very good held item for raising a Pokemon. So, what he's saying here is, the Pokemon that's holding the Experience Share will gain experience depending... It doesn't have to be in battle to gain experience. It's going to take half of the experience that we get from fighting a Pokemon. Really nice for training up lower level Pokemon in your team to let them catch up. It's really, really good for that. Definitely one that I recommend getting as soon as possible. And here is Max. Hey, Ral. You came to see the Pokemon statue, right? I'll take you there. Okay, then. Wasn't really expecting to, I was just exploring the city on my own. What the? So this is Eterna's Pokemon statue. Shaping our world are time and space in an intertwining spiral. Revered in Sinnoh are the Pokemon of time and space. Sinnoh's myth, its truth needs investigation. Pardon me, step aside. We saw him at Lake Verity. Oh, hey! When we smacked together, a brilliant flash of inspiration came to me. An easy way to become a great trainer. Yeah, that. Alright, listen close. Make certain all your attacks hit. Avoid enemy attacks for sure. You do that, you'd never lose. You'd be the invincible trainer. Well, double team and raising your evasion like that are usually scoffed at. Anyway, go check out the Pokemon statue. See you around? Hyper, fella. But I want to go inside this house first. This here is the herb shop. So they sell herbal healing items. Like the heal powder, it heals status problems from a Pokemon. So it's basically like a full heal. This is basically a super potion. This is basically a hyper potion that's cheaper. This is basically a max revive, actually. It fully revives a fainted Pokemon, but these bitter medicines will lower your Pokemon's happiness when you use them because they don't like bitter things, apparently. So that is a thing to be careful of, but if you don't really care about that, then these healing items are actually really, really good for how much they cost compared to actual healing items. Wait, what? Someone ought to invent herbal medicine that isn't bitter. Potions. Hyper potions. Revives. Anyways, this statue here. See, they say this is an awesome Pokemon that people saw long ago. It's Eterna City's Pokemon statue. There seems to have been a descriptive plate, but it appears it was torn off. Interesting. It's also a Team Galactic grunt right here. Stay away from that Pokemon statue. Team Galactic is conducting an official investigation here. Does it have anything to do with that missing plate? Well, there's these people here. See, Eterna came to be long ago in honor of ancient Pokemon. Though many things have changed, what is important has not. I hope it remains that way forevermore. Sheesh, what's the world coming to? Someone ripped off the descriptive plate from the Pokemon statue. Now no one can read the inscription. Why would someone do that? Actually, want to know what it said? Sure. The first inscription went something like this, sort of. Creation of Dia, giver of time. In laughter there is tears, and likewise, the same time flows. The blessing of Dia... I don't know what it says. Yeah, you've forgotten big chunks of it. And let's hear the other inscription. See, birth of Pal, creator of parallel dimensions. Alive, yet not alive. Rifts in space. To arrive in the same universe. The blessing of Pal. I've heard some people talk about there once being a third inscription. I'm kind of skeptical though. I mean, think about it. A third Pokemon among those that control time and space? There couldn't possibly be a Pokemon that mighty. And I have seen the Pokemon statue. When I was a wee child, it used to be the centerpiece of many festivals. That would have been interesting to see. Now, one thing I really like about Diamond and Pearl and Platinum is that these games focus a lot on the mythology of the Sinnoh region. And actually having to do with that, right behind the statue, if you press A, you can find this Draco Plate. When the universe was created, its shards became this plate. The Draco Plate is another one of these items that are tied to the history of the Sinnoh region. It's really, really interesting. And what the Draco Plate does, we have no way of making use of it right now, but it does increase the power of Dragon-type moves. Now, there's one last thing I want to do quickly, and it is to go this way to Route 211, because there are some new Pokemon for us. It's a little bit of training for us to do as well. So, the first new Pokemon that we can find here, it's not Bidoof, but one that we can find here is Meditite. Meditite is a psychic fighting type. It's a very interesting choice for a Pokemon. One of the abilities it can have, I think it's actually the only ability it could have at this point, is Pure Power, which will double its physical attack, meaning physical attacks with it will hit really, really hard. And it does have physical moves to take advantage of that. It's really, really interesting in that regard. Oh, here's a Meditite. And, I mean, it is a bit on the frail side as well, but it does hit really, really hard. And if you want to try your hand at using it, go for it. It's actually pretty cool. Now, can't really do anything with special attacks. There's no ability that doubles its special attack stat, but oh well. One of the other Pokemon that we can find here is Chingling. Chingling, it evolves into Chimecho, which if you know me, you know I have a bit of a personal vendetta against Chimecho. It's a psychic type with the ability Levitate. Can learn some sound-based moves, considering that it's like based on a bell. Well, Chimecho is based on like a wind chime. So it's interesting in that regard. Ooh, you know what? This is actually a good idea. So I know Hidden Power is either grass or electric. So let's try it out. But yeah, Chingling, not really worth using in my opinion. And I'm not saying that just because I don't like Chimecho. I just don't think it's good competitively either. Oh wait, was that super effective? I wasn't paying attention. before I talk about the last Pokemon, I just really want to quickly see if this is. So, Hidden Power has to be super effective because it knocked out that last Zubat. So yeah, it's super effective. Hidden Power Electric, not bad. A Gion having an electric move at this point in the game. Cool. Anyways, the last Pokemon that we can find here is Bronzor. Bronzor, while it's not fast, it's very, very bulky. Especially once it's evolved. Has that steel type to give it a lot of resistances. And the interesting thing about it is that its ability, or one of its abilities, both of its abilities actually, make use of the fact that it has two different weaknesses. The ability Levitate makes it immune to ground type moves, and the ability Heat Proof makes it resist fire type moves, both which fire and ground type moves are the only moves that are super effective against Bronzor. So you can play a little bit of mind games with opponents with it, just because of, like, you can get your opponent to wonder, like, what kind of weaknesses Bronzor is gonna have, whether it's gonna have Levitate or not. It's really, really interesting in that regard, and its attacking stats are pretty average, I would say. Now, to compensate for the fact that Bronzor itself is not a good attacker, it will have the move Extra Sensory, which at this point in the game is a really powerful Psychic-type move, much better than Confusion. So, it's actually, that compensates for it not being a hard-hitting attacker at this moment. But Bronzor, once you get to evolve, you have something that takes hits really, really well. You can actually take advantage of the fact that it has low speed with a move called Trick Room. It's just really fun to use. Oh, and here's a Chingling. But yeah, that's the new Pokemon that we can find in this route. Oh, you know what? I should probably switch to Genbu, because I just want to say I will not be using a Gion at all in the next gym. So maybe getting a Gion a little bit more experience would be nice. But yeah, a Gion. Hate to say it, but you're not going to be useful at all for the second gym. Oh well. Now there is this cave here. But before that, there are some trainers here and some items to fight. See how Mount Coronet towers above us. I want to be big like that one day. You want to be as big as an entire mountain. Okay, then. But yeah, this cave will take us to Mount Coronet, which it's the big giant mountain that basically divides the Sinnoh region. It's a really interesting place. And I'm just going to say, right now, we won't be able to explore all of it. Gosh, that'd be a lot of exploring to do if we could. But nope. And before I go inside and talk about what we can do inside there, I will continue to fight these wild Pokemon. Not wild, these trainers. Rock Throw. How dare you? Well, you're gonna eat that. Gosh, I'm really excited that Aegeon has an electric-type hidden power. Because that's gonna be really, really handy. Especially, like, going up against other water types or flying types. Because right now I do have that weakness to flying. Mount Coronet has long been known as an ancient and mysterious mountain. I bet. I mean, it does take up half of the entire region, basically. Okay, let's just go down here. We can't really do anything about this river, but there is this trainer here. Look at these beautiful wings. I'm hoping you're talking about your Pokemon, because I don't think you would have wings yourself. Ah, Bird Keeper. Ooh, this is a good opportunity to try out Hidden Power Electric. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Ah, never mind, that didn't hurt. I mean, if this thing was a Staravia, then yeah, that would hurt. But nope. Good. 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 And a Hoot. Okay. Okay, then. Gosh, I like Hoot's cry a lot. I don't know, something about it just really just makes me feel nice. A lot of Pokemon that were introduced in Generation 2 actually have cries that I really, really like. I don't know why. Something about their cries just evokes a feeling from me that I can't quite explain. Not to say like other Pokemon cries from other Pokemon generations are bad, but I don't know. I guess it's like the simplistic nature of them, even though they are essentially the same as cries from Generation 1. I don't know. TM12 Taunt, that's an interesting item. Not useful in-game, but if you're fighting competitively against people, it will lock them out of using moves that aren't damaging moves, like, say, Thunder Wave, Swords Dance. Your opponent won't be able to use moves like that, so it has its uses, just not not in the main story, really. Anyways, Mount Coronet. I did say we can't really do much here, but I am going to do a little bit of exploring, and there's actually some new Pokemon for us to find here. I'm just checking out these rocks to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Anyways, new Pokemon that we can find here. First off, in the morning and night, we could find the Pokemon Cleffa. Cleffa is an interesting thing. First, it requires happiness to evolve into Clefairy. Iceal? Really? Requires happiness to evolve into Clefairy, then it requires an item called a Moonstone in order to fully evolve. Cleffa itself, I mean, it could have the ability Magic Guard, which is a really, really good ability, meaning that Cleffa would only take damage from attacking moves. So things like Poison, Burn, or other moves that, or even like weather conditions that would damage it, won't have any effect. So there is that. And Clefairy itself, or Cleffa, it is bulky on the special defense side, so it does have that going for it. Its attacking stats are average at best, but it is a fun Pokemon to use. It can learn a lot of different moves for coverage. Can't really do anything about that, because I really want that item. Oh well. But yeah, Cleffa itself is also really interesting. The other new wild Pokemon that we can find here... It's not it. Oh, I thought it would be. But the other new Pokemon that we can find here is Nosepass. Nosepass is really interesting because we can immediately evolve it here. It evolves by leveling up inside Mount Coronet, because I think the explanation is that Mount Coronet emits a special magnetic field around it, so Nosepass and another Pokemon will evolve. But Nosepass being able to evolve immediately is actually really nice. It becomes a Rock Steel type, does have a 4x weakness to fighting and ground, but it is pretty bulky in that regards. It can learn some special moves that deal quite a bit of damage as well, including electric type moves, so it has a way of fighting water types. It's an interesting Pokemon, and it can also trap steel types thanks to its ability Magnet Pull. And I believe it could also learn a few ground type moves as well to do that. But Nosepass itself is actually really cool, and the fact that you can evolve it right away is really, really handy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the new wild Pokemon that we can find in this area. And here's a wild Bronzor, since I never saw one before. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We've done a lot of exploring here. Not a lot, we just explored Eterna City and a route basically, because we can't really do much here in Mount Coronet, like I said. But still, it's nice. And with nothing else to do in our way, let's just head back here to Eterna City. And actually, you know what, first off, let me switch Genbu over, because now you're lagging behind. But now that that's done, we've pretty much explored... Oh! Hello. Oh, that device you have. It's a Pokedex? Wow, it brings back some memories. Pardon me, but what's your name? Okay, hello Ral. I'll be sure to remember that name. My name is Cynthia. I'm a trainer just like you. I've been studying Pokemon mythology lately, just out of curiosity. Here in Eterna City, there's a statue of an ancient Pokemon. Have you seen it already? According to myth, it was an extremely powerful Pokemon. Who knows? You may encounter something like it while you're traveling with your Pokedex. Oh, I know. Try using this. It should be helpful. HM01! That is the HM4 cut. Remember, the hidden move cut can be used in the field. It will let you go places that were previously inaccessible to you. That's important for filling up your Pokedex, right? Then luck be with you, trainer. Oh, there's one last thing. Please give my regards to Professor Rowan. So now that we have cut, we can't use it right now because we don't have the Eterna City gym badge. But still, I will at least teach it to our good old HM user, Bidoof. For when we get the badge. But anyways, before I was interrupted by Cynthia, we've pretty much explored all of Eterna City, except for this one house. The Underground Man's house. Underground Man's house. Going down for adventure. So, next time on Pokemon Platinum, we're gonna see what this Underground Man is all about. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that, but it's... I'm not gonna spoil it right here, but it's a ton of fun. But thank y'all so much for watching, and see y'all next time for another episode of Pokemon Platinum. Later!